Alright, and welcome to the Swapping Faces tutorial. And this is really a fun tutorial that you can do. You can take your own photos at home if you have your family and friends, or if you have something you would just like to swap the face, replace one face with a totally different face, then that's what this tutorial is all about. I'll show you how to do that. Let's quickly go into the file browser and I'll show you the images that we will be using for this tutorial. Here's our original image that we have right here, and what I wanted to do is replace the face of this girl on the right with this gentleman's face right here, and you can see this is the final image right here. And now I'm going to show you a lot of techniques here on how to match the skin tones, so the skin tone will match the rest of the body of the person that you're replacing the face on. In other words, this woman here has different skin tones than this gentleman right here, and I'll show you how to match that so it blends in really nicely. So what I'll do is just go ahead and minimize this, and let's go ahead and get started here. I'll move this one out of the way here, and I'll go into the file browser, and let's just start off with the two girls here. I'll double click on that to load that up into Photoshop. Alright, and here's the image that we will be working on for this tutorial, and always keep in mind when you're starting a swapping faces project or whatever you're doing, you have to really look out for the angles of the faces. When you're taking one image and you're going to place it over another, well, you have to really look at the angles of the two faces. You can see, let me go ahead and open up this image into Photoshop of this gentleman here, and you can see the angle and the position and the direction of his face here, how he's turned his head a little bit. Well, it's almost very similar to the girl over here on the right, except for the rotation of that is a little bit different. Well, that's no big deal because we can just rotate that into Photoshop and fix that. But this is going to make it a lot easier for us to replace this face here of this gentleman over this girl's face right here. Now, if you're dealing with a photograph where you have somebody looking straight on at the camera, and then you have another photo, you want to replace that person that's looking straight at the camera, you want to replace that over another person where they're looking off to the left or something like that. Well, that's going to be a lot more difficult to do. If you do have a person that you would like to change the face out with, just make sure, if it's possible, look for a photo where the face is going in the same direction, or the head is going in the same direction, just to make it as easy as possible. And that way, when you get it all finished, it'll look somewhat realistic.